Hey y'all. Ooh, why is it not focusing? Here we go. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, y'all. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Yes, this video is going to be super good. This is for my ladies mainly. It's for my men too, but this is really for my ladies. Y'all, Hello Wisp. If y'all have not tried this website out, you need to try it. It's HELLOWISP.com. HelloWisp.com. It is for all of your sexual and reproductive health needs. I'm telling you, I've used this website myself. This is not a sponsored video because guess what, y'all? If it was sponsored, I would have a code for you all to use. I'm just simply here to help my men and my women out. Okay, so on Hello Wisp, yes, I'm reading off my computer because I can't remember everything. Personally, I've only used this website for UTIs and bacterial vaginosis. But the website, y'all, it has everything on it. I'm looking, I didn't see this before, but they have actual testing kits that test for chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, herpes, bacterial vaginosis, HPV swabs. Well, I didn't even know that. That's crazy. But that's good though. But yes, guys, this website, HIV, this website, it has everything on here. Now, I will say this website is great because it's at your fingertips. And what you do is you'll go online. So for what I'll speak for myself, I used it for UTIs and bacterial vaginosis. I pretty much already knew what I was dealing with because I've had it so many times, but there is a symptom quiz on here. Well, pretty much what you'll do, you'll go in there, put your symptoms in, and it'll diagnose you. I will say this, be careful with self-diagnosing because you don't really know if that's what you have. So like I said, if you need immediate relief, you need actual antibiotics because let me say this real quick. A lot of women, I'll be honest, I'm not guilty of doing this because I don't play around with any kind of symptoms. I'm going to my doctor immediately. A lot of women are known for going to Walgreens, Walmart, ordering stuff on Amazon to like try to take care of their symptoms. But a lot of women, surprisingly enough, think that when they take these over the counter medications for UTIs and bacterial vaginosis, they believe that that's like the cure. No, what you're doing is masking the symptoms. Those are symptom relievers. So anytime you go purchase Azo for UTI or you're buying Vagisil products to like, like suppositories to put up in you for like itching, discharge, and odor, all you're doing is masking the symptoms. You're not treating anything. That's why a lot of women, when they take those over the counter remedies, they're still having odors and issues because you're not treating the infection itself. All you're doing is, and it's not really treating, what you're doing is you're treating the symptoms, but the infection is still there and it's actually getting worse. So Hello Wisp actually provides you with antibiotics depending on your symptoms and what you have. So y'all, this is a great website, but this is a temporary solution. You still need to go see your physician or your gynecologist. This is just so that you don't have to wait for an appointment because let's be real. You can't just call your doctor's office. Let's say you got an issue tonight. You can't just call your doctor's office in the morning and they get you in the same day. And if you do, I need to switch doctors. I mean, I love my doctor, but I'm just saying it literally takes like a week or two, maybe even longer because they're so backed up with other patients and it's priority. So, and a lot of people can't afford to go to emergency rooms either because they're so expensive. So y'all, Hello Wisp is great. I've used the website. This video is not sponsored. I wish it was. It's not sponsored because I have a code to give you all. I'm just trying to help everybody out. So yes, y'all, Hello Wisp, so that you don't have to wait for care. You don't have to go to an emergency room. But like I said, you still need to follow up with your primary care doctor or your gynecologist. This is a temporary solution that provides you with antibiotics. Like I said, they also have testing kits on here. If you just want to test yourself in privacy, you're ashamed, embarrassed, you don't want to go to your doctor's office to go get tested, you can order testing kits off of Hello Wisp. Like I said, they treat for They test you. You can test yourself, sorry. They have testing kits for HIV, syphilis, chlamydia, mycoplasma, genitalium. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. They even have testing kits for HPV, y'all. Chlamydia, herpes, it goes on. And you can even test yourself for bacterial vaginosis. Y'all, this is a great website. It's a temporary solution though. Still go see your doctor. Also, guys, I want to say this. Yes, we're only human. We're going to run into issues when you're sexually active. However, if you keep having back-to-back issues with your vagina or your penis, and you know that you're only with one person, this is for people that believe they're in monogamous relationships, just one-on-one relationships. If you keep having issues back-to-back, you might want to look a little bit deeper into what your partner is doing, because it's not normal, and no one can argue with me on this. And if you do, you're gonna lose, because I know what I know. If your body is constantly having infections, especially downstairs, and it's happening frequently, your partner has more than just you around. Your partner has multiple partners. If you know for 100% fact that, excuse me, I'm tired, I'm sorry, y'all. If you know for 100% that you're not doing anything with nobody else, but you keep getting UTIs, you keep getting bacterial vaginosis, or God forbid something else, and you know you're not doing nothing, it's your partner. Yes. A lot of women like to say, like, oh, maybe I drank too many sodas. Yeah, maybe you did drink too many sodas. Or maybe you did use a new wash, a new soap or something that irritated you downstairs in your vagina. However, if you keep having these issues back to back, and you can't blame a soap, you can't blame drinking sodas, you notice that you're having issues after sex every single time, your partner has multiple partners. I said it. It is what it is. It's not up for debate. Somebody doing something extra on the side. And I would suggest you, if you just can't leave that person alone, start using protection. Start using protection. Hell, I would even tell married people to even use protection, because you just don't know what your person is really doing behind your back. Y'all, a ring is not protection from an STD. I'm going to say it again. A ring, having that man's last name, or making that woman your wife, that does not protect y'all from STDs and getting cheated on. So I would even recommend for married people to start using protection. And if you're not using protection, at least start getting tested once a month, or however you think, however much you think you need to be tested, whatever frequency you think. But I wouldn't not get tested just because you're married. I understand a lot of people don't use protection. Let's keep it real. A lot of people are not using protection. Whatever. When you get into a relationship, you just feel, you feel secure, you feel safe, or at least that's the way that we want it to be. But y'all, in reality, you don't know what people are really doing behind your back. Sometimes in your face. I always say that too, because a lot of people say, like, oh, behind my back. Sometimes stuff is in your face. It's in your face sometimes. So I would definitely recommend use protection. And if you're not using protection, at least try to get tested once a month, just to know your status and what's going on within your body. Because sometimes you could have a disease and symptoms not show up right away. So, and that's another thing. I see a lot of like statuses and stuff on Facebook. It's like, oh, I'm STD free, I'm chlamydia free, I'm herpes free, I'm HIV free. That's great. But how long is it going to stay like that? So you know that you're being safe. You're not out here sleeping around. You're being faithful. But is your partner following that same code as you? You'll never know until you know. You get what I'm saying? You'll never know until you know. And by that time, it's too late, because you already got something. So that's great to be able to, say like, hey, I don't have anything, but try to keep it that way. And the only way that you can keep it that way is by using protection, or by having yourself tested regularly by knowing your status, because you don't know what that other person is doing. The only way that you can truly say you don't have anything is if you are abstinent and this is who you're with, because this ain't gonna give you nothing. Now you still got to keep this clean because you don't want to end up with, you know, no crazy bacterial infection. But if this is not who you're sleeping with, you're putting yourself at risk. You are. So don't think that a ring is gonna protect you. This is the safest option. I promise you. The safest option. This and a little bit of this on here. I got a few actually. These are lubrications to, you know, keep you from getting road rash. No, I'm just kidding. But y'all, this is the safest solution to not having to use this website or go see your doctor, getting tested, using condoms. This is very safe. So yes, y'all. And like I said, women, please stop going to Walmart, Walgreens, and Amazon for these herbal remedies and azo over the counters and Vagisil products to put up inside of you, because you're not doing nothing but actually making it worse, and you're just masking the symptoms. Like I said, y'all, go check out Hello Wisp, HELLOWISP.com. But it is a temporary solution, y'all. It's not permanent. Still follow up with your physician. You know, you can do a walk-in clinic or, you know, urgent care, whatever, but you still need to go see an actual physician, y'all. And also, Minute Clinic at CVS is great. So if y'all don't want to go to like your actual doctor, you can still, you know, find like walk-in clinics, even CVS. They can get you in the same day. Morning, afternoons, evenings. They're very flexible. And most of the times when you go to CVS's website, they have plenty of times for you to choose from. So, yes, guys, but that is my message for today. Take care of yourselves and be careful. And like I said, a ring is not protection from STDs, and a title of he's my man or she's my woman, y'all, that's not gonna protect y'all from nothing out here. Like I said, I won't speak on nothing that I don't know about or that I haven't experienced. So just be careful out there, y'all. Don't say I didn't tell you. Have a good one. I love y'all. Good night.